So today we're going to have a business day. Our speaker Deborah Malonni talk about immigration, moving, internationalization. Let's go for the intro first.
Can I start?
Usually there should be a presentation of like a jingle introduction, but it doesn't matter. I present
International Business, providing unique local business solutions internationally. We specialize in business advisory, import and export opportunities, market entry, investments and funding to help you achieve your business goals. Now, let's get into today's business day.
So by Malula again.
Yes, Deborah Malonni, 30 years of expertise in particular in immigration and relocation for the biggest multinational companies in the world. Just a couple of names, Petronas, Boeing, and many, many others. So recently PricewaterhouseCoopers. So these are some of the companies she works for, and she is the great part of the local group working with me in supporting your company in Italy. So now the floor is yours, Deborah, and any possible questions will come at the end of your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me in this section. I'm very pleased. My colleague Matteo should have been here, but unfortunately he has a meeting, another important meeting, so I will present the company for both of us. Again, my name is Deborah. I am an immigration and relocation consultant, and I am part of IMI group. This group was born by the experience of independent consultants who have been working in the mobility of employees for more than 20 years.
Do you want me to share? Sorry, do you want me to share the screen or you do it?
No, if you can do it, it's better.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Our saying is that our way of working, we are really working in team, and we bring to the team our different expertise in different fields, all related to the mobility of employee, to the internationalization. For us, internationalization means moving people all around the world, and that bring us into what we call the relocation business and internationalization. So let's start with internationalization. We offer assistance to companies and also to foreigners that wants to invest in Italy. We are giving all the legal support, the notary support. More important is the cultural training that we do with our clients, because Italy is really an interesting country with a different also way of thinking, considering the north, the south, the center. So we have a lot of fantasy, like Manuela was telling before. And one service related to international that we are following a lot in this past year is the international succession and asset recovery. This is a service that is increasing a lot, mostly the international succession related to people who inherited some houses and they are foreign, and maybe they have a property in Italy and they don't know how to deal with the succession process. All this kind of process requires translation, notarization, legalization of documents, And of course, our partners are focused on these different fields, and we can give 100% support for everything related to an international succession, for example. It's not also, the international succession is not only for independent people, for private people, but we are also following companies that needs to do a asset recovery, a succession with their shareholders. And so international, as all the international things needs the legalization and the notarization of documents, we are also related with all these services to the relocation business. Relocation includes all the services related to the moving of an employee from one country to another. We offer orientation programs, home search, school search, local registration, immigration, house of goods moving. We are really, what we are noticing at the moment, that companies are trying to cancel some orientation tour before the arrival of employee, but this is creating some issues with the employees that arrives in Italy, and they don't know, maybe they are not in big city like Milan or Rome, and they are approaching a completely different situation of what they thought. So orientation is really a service that is very important for companies if they want to be successful with the employee. Because as we say, everything, if you have a good, an happy employee, he can work really, is more happy when he's working. And in relocation takes also into consideration the tax and contribution assistance that, of course, our legal consultant, tax lawyer can offer. And this is very important when we are transfer an employee from a non-EU country to Italy. It's important to take into consideration from also a cost point of view for the transfer of the employee, because with many countries there is not a tax agreement between Italy and the no-EU country. And so the taxes and contribution have to pay both in Italy as well as in the home country. So when you would like to transfer in assignment an employee, it's very important to take into consideration also all the costs related to this aspect. And transfer a non-EU from his home country to Italy, it means also to go into the process of immigration, because HR people needs to take care of all the aspects related to immigration. In Italy, to be able to work legally in Italy, you need to apply for a work authorization first, and then you go into the visa process, the request of residency permit, the local registration, the health registration, that are all process that are taking are managed by different authorities. So immigration process in Italy has to be followed step by step, and this is what our consultants are doing. They follow the HR department, because usually these are the people with whom we are talking about, and we follow also the employee and the family in all the immigration process, step by step, because each step is managed by different authorities and requires different documents. Italy is a very bureaucratic country, so documentation to be provided is a lot. And of course, the documentation coming from a foreign country needs to be legalized and translated. So in our packages, we have all this kind of assistance. And again, when moving, you have also think where to stay. So as a home point of view, and the relocation means essentially home search for temporary accommodation for the first period when the employee arrives in Italy, and the permanent accommodation, so the finding a suitable accommodation for the employee and the family. And to be able to do it, we need to be very focused on what they are the expectation of clients to be able to find the right accommodation and that the family would like. Each country is different, so we need to pay attention really to the expectation to the home country of our clients, so that we are able to tell them and to set up the right expectations in comparison to their home country. So for the housing service, our assistance includes the selection of properties, the accompaniment visit to the properties, the negotiation of the rental contract, the translation also of the rental contract. Because in Italy, of course, the rental contract has to be in Italian. And so we provide the assistance with the translation to our clients so that they can understand terms and conditions of the rental agreement. And so when you find home search, when you find a home, then you need also to move into the apartments or the house, and we provide assistance with the connection of utilities, Wi-Fi, with the check-in inspection. We always do a photo report of the condition of the house, because of course at the end of the tenancy period you need to give back the property to the owner on the same condition except for normal wear and tears. We support our clients with the eventual claim or with the necessity of technicians. And of course, then with opening a bank account and the obtainment of the Italian tax code. The Italian tax code, for example, is one of the most important documents, because without this tax code, you are not able even to have a SIM card for the mobile phone. So the Italian tax code is necessary for all the processes related to the transfer of the employee in our country. Then tax code is also related to the moving of the household goods, because of course people are bringing their personal effects from their home country to Italy. And coming from EU country, you need to go through the border, so to the customs, and of course you need to present the right documents that confirms where are you coming from, where are you going to stay in Italy, to be able to customs clearance the goods. Our moving service is a door-to-door service, so we usually are able to pack all the furniture, all the personal effects. We load everything to the containers. Of course, there is the sea freight, the transport of the house goods through container until the house, where we, of course, disinstall the furniture, and we do the unpacking. We take care of all the import and export process, and we do everything related to the consignment of the house goods into the new house. The relocation business is really increasing, and there are many people moving to our country, and we are always taking care of them. And again, with our network, with this team of consultants in each field, we are able to give a 360-grade assistance for everything related to the move of an employee from his home country to Italy. Again, I am an immigration and relocation consultant. We have then the lawyer, and then the person who is specialized in legalization, notarization, and then the moving companies who is able to arrange all the moving. I see one question.
Yes, questions are starting, and the first one is coming from Dirk, asking, are you also providing support to Italians living for international assignments?
Yes, we are also support Italians who are living, so with the management of eventually the house that they live in Italy, and then with all the documentation requires to the country of destination. We have a network around the world of legal or of consultants that are able to support us with all the immigration relocation needs that we may require for Italians leaving Italy and going abroad.
Thank you very much. You talked about personal belongings to be transferred from one country to the other, and packing and unpacking. But what about particular objects, like I don't know, very important pictures or cars, or I think of a piano. Is it something we can arrange in the transportation, or is there any different service that is necessary in this case?
The moving company has a particular department that takes care of fine art, or takes care of for example, the transport of a piano. The piano needs to be moved and packing in a particular way. So for this kind of things, we use the technician that are able to support us with this particular wrapping and transportation. And also for the fine art, we have a particular department that takes care of the fine art. even because for customs, fine art has a particular process to be followed.
Okay, there's another question. How can we help you best to grow your business?
How you can help? By probably, I think that there is a lawyer in the group. If you have any friends also, because we are not working only with the companies, but we are working also with private people that wants to come in Italy, to live in Italy, even only for investment, because they have bought a house and they want to stay in Italy for a period of time. You can tell that we are here to assist them with everything they need related to the moving to Italy.
And one question, because relocation in time has changed a lot. This question comes from me, but it can be useful for all. Do you look only for temporary houses, or you can assist also for the purchase or the sale of the house? What if sometimes non-EU people come to Italy and they decide to buy, for example, a house? Are you able to assist also in this case, or only for temporary solutions?
No, we are always to follow people for the temporary, also for the long-term solution, both for the rental, of course, mostly for the short period, and then, of course, with the purchase. We have, of course, the network of the real estate agents that we use for looking at the best house, the area. Of course, we accompany the client to do the visit, and we can provide also the purchase of the house. And not only for people that are moving, but only for investments. There are lots of foreigners that are buying properties in particular area, of course, of the country, only as an investment. So they purchase and then they rent. So we are able to manage also what we call the property management. It means you have a property in Italy. We are able to follow the rent, the payment of taxes, the payment of, I don't know.
The technical due diligences in this case.
Yes. So we have clients that coming that are not in Italy, but they have a property, and we manage the property during the year for everything they need.
And if you have to suggest about any particular rental, are you suggesting long-term or private rental, or for an investment you are much more connected with, for example, temporary rentals with relocation services, so connected to companies? I mean, in this case, what about a safe rental?
It depends mostly on the city. Of course, if we are talking about a city like Milan, Rome, Florence, Turin, the rent with the, let's say, considering let's say the short rent is that, let's say, is more indicated, because these are cities where people are moving a lot for work, and companies needs apartment for short period of time for their employee.
And for the lesser, it is extremely better, because they don't run the risk of people to be, let's say, asked kindly to leave the apartment. Okay, Boris from Slovenia is raising his hand.
Yes, hi, Deborah. So no, I just wanted to, actually, I listened to your description. What you do is quite fascinating, because as I said, we have a law firm in Slovenia. So we mainly operate with foreigners or domestic companies going to other countries. So I know a lot of Italians come to Slovenia because of the tax reasons, yeah, for their personal taxes. So maybe this is the field that we can explore to work together, because we also consult in tax matters, but we don't specialize like in relocation. We just do legal and tax part.
Okay.
And because we are neighboring countries, I believe we could find some mutual projects to work on.
Yeah, there are lots of people coming to Slovenia. I know, but even, for example, the Friuli region, for example, has also some benefits because he is close to Slovenia, so they are on the border. So in this region, people, for example, are paying less the gasoline because in Slovenia,
of course.
So
you know, the gasoline in Slovenia now, the benzine is 1.45 euros.
Okay.
And the diesel it's 1.6. So there are a lot of Italians coming in Slovenia to take part of quota.
Yes. Right now, okay, its gasoline is around 1.75, and
Italy, yes.
Right. So it's very convenient.
We need to wrap up. We are on the hour. So before our today's president asks us to stop, maybe we need to wrap up. David, the floor is yours. Thank you very much, Deborah, for this particular focus on a sector that is not easy, in particular because of the different regulations changing every day. And thank you for any additional reply that you will give if any of our associates today are asking, maybe in private questions. Do not hesitate to ask for more, and the floor goes to David. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malala. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Malala, to invite Deborah for the presentation. That's a very insightful presentation. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Global Business Group Official.